All right. Oh gosh, it's so nice that I'm not needing artificial lighting because right now I'm just using the well, it's mid-afternoon, so hopefully, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get a lot of glare. As well as, yeah, I still haven't tested out or practiced. Oh my God, I didn't realize how close I am to dropping the camera. I moved it over a bit and it's just so gingerly. There we go. I had to do some kind of ridiculous extender for the third leg to get it so I could have the tripod, the other two legs on the table. And anyways, I moved it over so I could get more of these units here. I didn't have them in the frame. First thing I want to show though is, oh, and I can't wait to have more time to make a proper bookmark of it. This is to hopefully get rid of anything in my mind to try to get away from the Boroević Dictum, which I think I finally pronounced his name properly. So I made a quickie bookmark. I don't know if you can see it there, but it says, "Come on now, what's my dictum?" And I just quickly did the Boroević. There it is, the Boroević Dictum. And as you can see, hold the territory you have at whatever cost. Never attack unless it is to recapture a lost position. And attack immediately before the enemy can secure the position. That's not a direct quote, I mean, but you get the gist. But anyways, yeah, and I also picked that picture because every other freaking picture I found of him, it was like, he just looked, I don't know, like some kind of anemic, old, balding, prickly-haired dude. And this, like, coming down on the stairs, he kind of like, I don't know, to me, he looks like he's a little impatient with me or something. So I'm like, that's perfect, because it seems like I've been trying to come up with every bloody excuse not to follow it as soon as I find anything. And I'm glad that I did stick with it because I think I found an opportunity, which is right here. I'm going to try to play with the zoom a little bit and move it around. Like I said, I still need to practice, but right now here's the whole scoop, I guess, of all the movement. Yeah, I am going to do one combat, which is, for me, a bit shocking because I thought I was going to just be extremely defensive and use all the supply points as the Austrians for counterattacks. But yet again, with trying to stick with the Boroević Dictum, I didn't do it right away, but this is, you know, recently acquired territory by the Russians, and I really would like to push them to the curb and get them over here, because this would really change, I think, a lot, like the complexion, yet again, of what the heck's going on here. And let's be honest, Brusilov, or whatever, I shouldn't say whatever, that sounds like I'm being flippant. He, you know, he's had his ways. It's been like very little adversity getting all the way up to here. So this, if this happens, this would be, I would say, the very first, okay, that attack, I would say, was unexpected. I certainly thought the Russians were going to make them retreat. That hasn't happened. So maybe this is like, I don't know. Anyways, this will be interesting. I'm trying, so that's my opportunity. That's the way I'm looking at it. And I'm trying to bring as many strength points to bear as I can without, of course, jeopardizing this fragile shell that's surrounding Lemberg. And unfortunately, I do have to. I just don't have a choice. The problem is, look, I'm not saying to be the German player, you can be sloppy. But as a German player, what I'm starting to notice is you have a bit more, what do you call it? Your margin of error is a bit wider, let's say, than the Russians. And I would say the Austrians have it even worse than the Russians, because yet again, I wanted to start moving some troops over via column movement, and no, I can't move them towards column movement because they're within 20 hexes of the enemy. It's like, oh, for flipping heck. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, one after the other. And a lot of the problems of me trying to bring strength to bear here, because I don't have this secondary group of troops sitting here to kind of just move in, because of, you know, there's the restrictive movement of the zones of control, as well as I can't rail Austrian troops straight into the front. And that's why these German troops, I think I've got 3, there's another one, I think over here. around that area. And I've got this guy, the 21st and the 23rd over here. Sorry, the 21st and the 23rd over there. These guys are precious. They're like gold. And that's incredible. So when I saw this opportunity, I was like, you know what? We're going to start doing some crazy stuff, because I'm like, well, if the Russians are pulling back, I'm not going to pull back crazy. I'm going to stay here. But I'm like, you know what? Let's move this. We're going to rail this. And I don't know if it's the way I'm looking at it in this world. I mean, come on. Their allies are in Austrian territory. The Germans are using the Austrian rail. That's just the way it goes. I don't see why it wouldn't. Like, what are they going to say? Sorry, like, you don't have a ticket? Give me a break. So what I'm going to do is I'm using that beautiful ability of the Germans to rail as much as I can. Still, it was not fun to. It's fun because it's trying to figure out the problem, to solve the problem. But it's just irritating when I would say, I'm like, oh, here's the solution. I'm like, nope, because that's an Austrian troop. You can't do that with an Austrian troop. It's like that type of thing. It's like, ugh. But, you got to work with what you got, so. And if this works, hey, I'll be super duper happy. And I got a good feeling. Well, it all comes down to the die roll. I won't be doing the combat in this video, because I got to start doing all the calculations. Well, I know how many points, I hope, but I want to verify. And then I have to start figuring out all the train and whatnot. So here we go. I'll see if, the wonderful thing is now that with this camcorder, I've got this beautiful viewfinder, or whatever the heck it's called, and it's not obstructed by any adapter for the tripod like the mobile phone was, because this thing actually has the proper connector, the screw, whatever. I'm not don't get me into screws and that. I don't know anything of that stuff. Okay, so I'm going to move. Maybe I'll try to a little bit more zoom, but I don't know. I don't want to go mental, because I just don't know what kind of, oops, going the wrong way there. Just pan and, well, we'll see. Like I said, it's practice. Where the heck's my book? All right, so the first guy, and I'm trying to do yet again in the way I tried to do my sequences. I guess in a game, just from the point of view of a game, it wouldn't matter. But from a role-playing point of view, sometimes I'm like, whoa, don't leave that hex empty, to pop somebody in later. Excuse me. Okay, there is one point. I specifically moved somebody to here so I could start railing, doing stuff. So I certainly did need to oh, that's the first move. Yeah, it makes sense. All right, let's see if I can move her over, and then I'll try that one thing at a time. We'll see what happens. But I'm not going to actually move the tripod stand. I'll just do like slight rotation here, and let's see how it goes. And what was it? Left is closer and right is, let's find out. Nope. So it's right's closer. All right. Okay. Now, so I'm going to move the 32nd from 3808 to 3710. 3808. Yeah, this was one of the later moves, but it's the first move I made. And I don't, like I said yet again, I don't want to. It's just that stubbornness of, I'm just being silly, of wanting to keep that bridge hex. But, reality is, and I've got to yet again put trust in the trench. And supposedly they said if you don't equal the number of, if your hits don't equal the number of strength points against an entrenched position, well, they don't have to retreat. So I'm hoping that's the case. But of course, unfortunately, the Austrians don't know what the Russians have been doing, that they've been amassing forces here that they can't see. That's just the way it goes. So here we go. Oh, I didn't want to do this, man. Sorry. There we go. I was going to get my forceps in the right. There we go. And then an in train. Okay, now we're going to have to get out of the zoom and go back to this. Okay, so left is away. Where are you? There we go. I'll move over a bit. Maybe I'm going to try to, because it's going to drive me up the tree, I think, unless I learn how to practice more. So I'm going to try to just, or how's this? Once I get it, well, I think there's only this one guy I have to do then, and then I'll start actually just focusing more on that, because yeah, after that it doesn't really matter. I think that's the good point. So I'm going to entrain the German 21st Landwehr Brigade at 2312. I'm going to rail to 3510 and detrain. So he's going all the way to where the 23rd Landwehr Brigade. He's replacing them. And you're going to see why in a minute. Because gosh, do I love German troops. Jeez, they're fun. So, and away he goes. I'm going to put this guy on top. Actually, I'm going to put this guy at the very bottom because they're all going. Look at that 5 strength point unit. Oh boy, that's nice. And something and just to prove that I can do that, remember that's 4 points, but because of that extra, so where the heck were they? So that's 1 point to entrain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, here 4, 5. You see what I mean? 5 points. They get it. They're in. I think, oh good, now I can move the stuff over a little bit. And actually I'm going to try, and maybe a bit jerky at first, but back am I talking about 95% of my videos before that are. Okay, there we go. That should be something like that. Okay, and I can just move the table. That's the thing, like I said, it's the third support for the leg, the support for the third leg there. Okay, maybe I can try to bring it in a little bit more. Hopefully. Not too much, because I'm worried about missing. Oh, sorry, I sip on my tea. All right. And then we're going to entrain the 23rd Landwehr Brigade at 3510 and rail to 3711 and then detrain to join Battle Group 4. Gosh, what a beautiful thing to be able to do. What a beautiful thing to do. So just over to here, boink. And then, with the magic of what I've been doing, he goes to Battle Group 4, so I'm now up to 2.5 divisions, I think, there. However, I've been being a good little boy and making some of those tiny strength things, so I don't have to use the actual sticky notes. So I can do that now. Oops. So maybe I should do it out from this side. All right. So the next one is move the 4th from 3410 and across the tributary of the Dniester to 3510. Why wouldn't you go to 3511? Oh, I know why. But why wouldn't you put him there? Oh, I'm still doing the combat there. Okay, no problem. Okay, good. Okay, we're okay. And now move the 33rd from 3510. Oh yeah, baby. I love this guy. 35 to 3511. Oof, look at that thing. Jeez. And then I'm going to move the 1st Landwehr Brigade from 3211 to 3212. This guy here. And the reason being is, yet again, to try to lock this person up with zones of control issues and really slow them down if they want to start trying to deal with the double rail line through the Teesa River area to Przemyśl. All right, then I'm going to reassign the 39th, currently with the 4th Army. And I'm going to move them out of Battle Group 7 at 3009, crossing the San to 3311. Now these guys I would love to have had, you know, Germans, obviously, because I could have been able to do something nice with them, but I'm not able to, which sucks. And what was ahead of Battle Group 7? Okay. You're the two dudes, the 2 strength point guys. And where are you going to? 3311. And that's about all I can get them there to. And, you know, yet again with this column movement stuff. And get rid of this guy. And it's now a 4. Oops. All right. And then move the 34th from 3811. Where are you? Must be under here. Why am I doing it on this side? There we go. Another 2 points. Yep. And you're going to Battle Group 4. Now we're up to 6. All right. Then I'm going to reassign the 37th, currently with 4th Army, to 3rd Army. And I'm going to move them out of Battle Group 7 at 3009. In train and rail through Przemyśl to 3310, right here. To join, detrain and move to 3410. So we're getting there. And that's the end of Battle Group 7, but I'll leave them there for now. I'll deal with them later. But basically it's just the 4th Army headquarters there. Oh, sorry, and some replacement units, so maybe they'll just stay there then. So, ding-a-ling-a-ling, and away you go. You're in. And now I'll move the 88th Kaiserschutz Brigade out of Battle Group 3 at 3708 to 3808. And you're going to see why, well, because I have to replace the 32nd, sadly. And that's not by much, but it's better than nothing. Unfortunately, they don't know that that's where the Russians are about to hit them next turn, or the next time they're up, which is, well, within this turn, because they haven't gone yet. Remember, it's the Austrians. The Austrians are the first ones to go this turn, so they're down to 5. So it's not the right thing to do, but the Austrians don't know that. I mean, jeepers something, what do you want? And then move the 16th from 3811 to join Battle Group, sorry, move the 35th from 3911 to 3811. So, boy, that's a risk, eh? Jeepers, jumping 1 strength point there, but what can I do? I'm hoping that it's so far away from... I didn't want to let go of these guys, which I did want to move, but then I was like, well, the 3rd Army can easily supply them, and away we go. This guy's still fairly far away and got lots of zones of control issues to deal with if they do push through. So that's why I'm looking at it. It'll take them time to get there. This is a much quicker way. And then move the 16th from 3811 to join Battle Group 4 at 3711. Where are you? What did I do with you? Yeah, there you go. So you're going to go to there. So that's about as much as I... Sure, I wanted the 34th, 35th. I think I wanted the 16th, wouldn't I? Yes. Yeah, that wouldn't make sense. There we go. Okay. Yeah. And I think that'll bring me to 20 points in total around for that attack. And lucky, Well, it's not lucky. I mean, I tried to make sure that I would use them all up. The Austrian Third Army does have 5 points, 5 supply points. Mind you, that's it. They will have exhausted their supply. Mind you, the Fourth Army still has 3 supply points left, and I was thinking about moving them over, but I'm like, you know what, 20 is enough. Look at that! Holy smokes! I haven't seen that in a long time for, well, anybody really. And yeah, we're all gonna try. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What the heck have I done? Maybe I've done way more than I expected. Well, I'll have to recalculate, because if that's the case, no, I'll stick with it, but jeepers jumping. Maybe I did a bit of, well, overkill. What are we talking about? But unless I screwed up, I don't think I did. But maybe then, if that's the case, maybe I can pop somebody back in. If I don't need to move the 32nd, I'll do that. I'll take a look. So if that's the case, I'll have made the moves and not show. I'll just make the edits before the combat and show. But I think that's it. All right. And, oh yeah, I have to hit this button stuff to get used to this whole thing. Okay.